Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome to my channel, Ask Jimmy Smith. Today, we are talking about 2023. I can't believe that I'm making a video for 2023, and I've been on YouTube for over a year now, so this is very surreal. I started in 2021 at the end of the year, and now we're getting into 2023 topics. But today, specifically, I'm talking about 5 steps to prepare your Amazon business for 2023, and they're not going to be as much tactical in terms of, oh, you should source this particular product or you should understand Keepa. No, I'm talking about actual business topics, just as an overarching business sense that you need to be looking at for 2023. Yes, I'm going to talk about some product opportunities, but ultimately, these are the 5 steps that you need to be doing now so that you can be most prepared and best prepared for 2023 and what's coming up soon. Now, if you're seeing this in 2023, many of these things can still be done. Some of them are going to be better waiting until the end of the year for 2024 potentially, but there are still many of the items on this list that you'll be able to do in the current year if you're seeing it after I've posted this and you're actually in 2023. So you definitely want to continue to pay attention to these 5 different things. And I actually, if you wait till the end, I have a bonus 6th one for everybody that's patient enough to wait to the end on this video. But let's go ahead and get into the 5 things. The very first one, at the end of 2022 going into 2023, you want to review all your expenses. This is something that actually you can do throughout the year. I highly recommend doing this. Find yourself a CPA, an accountant, a bookkeeper, someone that can help you make the best decisions with the expenses that you have in your business, because it's very easy. As we run businesses, we have multiple different streams of income coming in and streams of expenses going out. It's very easy to miss little things here and there that add up to big expenses over time. So what I mean by reviewing all expenses, look at your software. Are you using all the software that you're currently paying for? The second thing, look at your team members. Are you using your VAs properly? Are they helping you to build your business, or are they more of an expense center and they aren't doing that good of a job? Or the employees that you have, or the independent contractors you're using, or just a completely other service-based business that you might be contracting with for different things that aren't actually helping to drive revenue in your business. Look at those expenses. Look at your shipping supplies. Costs for supplies have fluctuated heavily throughout the last year or two because of COVID and different shipping issues from different countries. And so look at your shipping supplies to see if maybe there's alternative options that are cheaper and can be just as good of quality. You never know. It doesn't hurt to look into multiple different places to get shipping supplies. And because we ship so many products in Amazon businesses, we need to look for the best deals on the shipping supplies. Also, review your prep center. Maybe you've used them for a couple months, 6 months, a year, but see what their prices are doing. Have their prices changed on you? Are there alternative options that may be better? Should you look for a prep center that is in a sales tax free state to save yourself on sales tax if you're doing online arbitrage? That could save you 8 to 10 to 12% depending on the state that you're shipping to. So I highly recommend also checking out your prep center, finding the one that is best for your business and particularly the bottom line. Because for every dollar you can save, let's say you have a 10% profit margin on your entire Amazon business. Well, if you make $10 or you save $10 in expenses, that's like selling $100 worth of goods at Amazon, which doesn't sound like much, but if it's $100 you're saving, that's like selling $1,000 of sales on Amazon. And so these little expenses can add up over time. If you've got a profit and loss statement that's been done by a bookkeeper or yourself or a CPA, somebody, take a look at that. Look at the expenses throughout the year. See which ones fluctuated heavily. See which ones have gone up. Also, make sure to look at the software you're using and see if it's serving you properly. Maybe you're using it and you're making a ton of money. Sweet. Keep the software. If it's helping you to make money, keep that software program. But ultimately, you want to review all of your expenses this time of year and throughout the year. And I recommend doing that with an accountant, a CPA, a bookkeeper, whomever it is that you're using from a numbers perspective. If you are interested actually in an e-commerce accountant, I'm a little biased here, but my mom is an accountant. She's been a CPA and been in the accounting field her entire adult life, and she runs E-commerce Accounting LLC. So if you go to ecommerceaccountingllc.com, that is where you can sign up to talk to her. But if you've got somebody else that you're using, talk to them, get help from them to look at your expenses, review what it is that you can remove out of your business so that you can then use that money and deploy it in better ways. The second thing that I recommend at the end of 2022 going into 2023, and this one is specific to the end of the year, is to look for tax write-offs before 2023 hits. And so you're going to want to talk to your accountant, because in some cases it might make more sense for you to wait until after the year to buy certain things. You cannot buy inventory as a tax write-off. You have to actually sell that for it to be written off in the year. So you're looking for things like supplies, maybe a new course or a new training or different software. Maybe you want to pay yearly for a software now instead of paying monthly for something, so that the tax write-off situation is better for you this year. However, talk to your accountant and your CPA for what the taxes should look like for you, because maybe it's better for you to wait. It's not always best to continue to have more and more expenses that you're paying off now if your cash flows are going to really suffer by you front loading some of these expenses in 2022. But this is definitely an area where you can save a good amount of money in taxes. You can write off some stuff if it's done properly and with your CPA, your accountant for your business. So look for some tax write-offs before the end of 2022, going into 2023. You'd want to make sure it's all done before the end of the year. Now, this third one is look at expansion opportunities. So I think it's natural as we come up upon the end of the year to just really take a step back from our businesses and look at this, look at an expansion opportunity. Does it make sense for you to look to get a prep center? Does it make sense to get a virtual assistant or multiple or employees? What are the things that you can do in your business that will help expand it beyond what you ever expected to be possible in the business? What are the ultimate, I guess, the direction that you're trying to take your business? What is that specifically? Because there are expansion opportunities you can use that is going to make your life better. It's going to give you more time with your friends and your family. It's going to give you the ability to grow your business. Now, if you don't have anything, you're happy with where you're at, you don't have anything that you want to expand into, totally fine. Don't do it. But think about these things. Think about what it is that you want to do moving into 2023 and look at these expansion opportunities. Does it make sense for you to get a virtual assistant to help source products, or a virtual assistant to help with building a brand and doing images and listing titles, etc., on your listings? What is it in your business that you're trying to expand into that you need people or services for that you can grow in? And this next one kind of falls in line with this, and it's the fourth option, which is to look at new products opportunities. I don't know what type of Amazon business you have. The majority of people on my channel, from what I can tell, do arbitrage and replenishable products, because that's what I typically teach. But look for new product opportunities. If it's arbitrage, maybe you're doing retail and you want to expand into online arbitrage, or maybe you're doing OA online and you want to expand into retail arbitrage. Look at that. Look at different methods of sourcing arbitrage products that you can add into your business. Look at wholesale opportunities. I've got a whole playlist and a 5-step, 5 videos on that. Actually, a 6th video that has all of them combined on wholesale if you're interested in that. But you can add a wholesale into your business. You could add private label or branded bundles or KDP or any of these other things that you can do on Amazon. So look at these new opportunities and see if it makes sense for you to add them in. I'm typically of the mindset that you should bolt something onto your business. So if you've got an arbitrage business, replens, make sure that that's bolted down before you add something new. However, it doesn't hurt to be looking at some of these new opportunities and making plans so that once you have your particular business bolted down, you can then start going after these newer opportunities as well of wholesale, private label, branded bundles, etc. And so if you're interested, actually, before I move on, if you're interested in a course that has topics on all of these things, I highly recommend it. It's called the Proven Amazon course. You can check it out actually here at AskJimmySmith.com/sell-on-Amazon because that is where you can get it from my website. Highly recommend it. My courses are in there, as well as tons of other courses on wholesale, private label, branded bundles, proven product partnering, KDP, all these things. Definitely recommend it there if you want to check that out. Now, the 5th thing, before I get to the bonus 6, don't forget, there's another one after you hear this. The 5th one is to make your goals for the next year based on activities that you have to do, not on sales levels. A lot of people come to the end of the year with their goals and they're thinking of the next year, particularly 2023 right now, and they're saying, oh, I want to hit $1 million in sales. Well, that sounds great, but it means nothing if you're not taking the activities to get there. So let's say you want to hit $1 million in sales and you know your average numbers in your business, and you can do the math to say, okay, well, if I go from 250 to $1 million a year, then I need to source this many products and sell this many products. Great. Well, let's break that down into how many you actually need to be sourcing per month. Let's take a look at, okay, I actually need to source 1,000 units of inventory every week to hit that goal, for example. You want to break that down into action items, because then you can judge your progress and your success based off the action items and the steps that you are taking, not as much on the sales levels. Yes, that's important. You don't want to be buying stuff and not selling it, but ultimately we need to be looking at what are the activities that you can do in 2023 that helps you hit those goals that you have at the beginning of the year, so that you can hit them at the end of the year, or midway through if you really crush it, right? So you want to make your goals based on activities that you can do, that you have control over, not just on the sales levels that you don't have control over, the buy box and how long it takes things to get checked in and how much competition you have, etc. And most, if you're doing arbitrage anyway. So you want to make your goals based on activities and not sales levels. And then the bonus sixth one, this one I typically talk about on the channel. I've got a video, or at least a couple videos on it. But the sixth one is to start creating your systems or your SOPs, your standard operating procedures. Now take a look at the list of things that you can outsource. This is part of that expansion opportunities thing. If you are expanding to a virtual assistant and you've got standard operating procedures already written out for how to source, how to build a listing, how to do images, how to do X, Y, or Z in your business, then your life will be way easier when you expand to bringing on new team members, or even just training your kids to do it in your business for you and with you. Having these written down makes it a ton easier to train people. It even makes it easier for you if maybe it's a one-time a year thing and you have to remember how you did it last year. Having these written down are way easier. So I highly recommend checking out the other videos on my channel for how to do the outsourcing, and how to build your standard operating procedures in your business. So those are the 5, technically 6 steps that you should be taking to prepare your Amazon business for 2023. There are plenty of other things that I could have given as well, but I wanted to make these 5 particularly straight to the point. I wanted to make them the big ones, the things that you need to really focus on as we come wrapping up 2022. I hope that this video is one that helped you. Let me know if you have any questions. Leave comments below so that I know how I can help you more in the future. If you're interested in a free Facebook group with over 70,000 Amazon sellers and e-commerce sellers, then you can go to bit.ly/MST group. It is not my group. I am a moderator in the group, and I've been in it since I started on Amazon. I really just love it. Again, completely free, nothing that you have to do. Just bit.ly/MST group, and the link will be in the description as well. So I hope that this video helps you and blesses you. I hope that you have a great rest of your day and a blessed rest of your week.